Alright guys, welcome back to Jolly Sand, and today we are going to be doing a video on whether or not Broly will return on the next movie. So, what do you think? Do you think Broly will return?
I think it's a good possibility. Especially if the guy who directed the Broly movies is going to be involved with this movie. That it would be really great if he would make Broly. I mean, if he put Broly in this movie, then Akira Toriyama has no choice but to make him a canon character, because we know that maybe Akira Toriyama, I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to make Broly canon, so someone has to make him make Broly canon.
Well, according to this interview, Akira Toriyama was involved in the making of Broly. He did design his base form.
Yeah.
Though the actual creator of Broly was Takao Koyama, and he's not going to. I don't think he's going to be involved in this movie coming out next year. Though Broly's legendary form belongs to somebody else, and that person is going to be involved in the movie. So it might be Broly, but thing is, Toriyama did hint that it will be a new villain. So whether or not he revives Broly, which then leads to, the return of the actual Super Saiyan God, the original one, I'm not too sure. But, there's a rule that fans used to say, was that someone cannot be revived within 1 year of death. And Toriyama did respond saying that rule only applies for a large group of people. So Broly can be revived. And since he died more than a year ago, since he died like before the Buu Saga, he can return actually. So I think it would be really good if Broly comes back, but he really cannot do anything. I mean, personally speaking, right now Broly is weaker than base form Vegeta.
Oh. Oh, was he trained to be Broly Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
In his legendary Super Saiyan form, Piccolo will destroy him. So he can do, a lot. Even if he becomes a Super Saiyan God, though, that'll be a different thing. As a Super Saiyan God, he'd be around, Omega Shenron's level. And since the Super Saiyan God is not like a fixed multiplier, his power might increase, but his power will be so little as a God form. It won't be like around 50% of Bill's power at all. It's gonna be around 30%, as he's gonna be much weaker than Goku at this point. So Broly returning, I don't think it's possible, since he's already been involved in different movies, and there will be no reason for him to come back, because his character development was really minor, and on top of that, Toriyama did say, there's someone is gonna wish something that's very bad, which could cause, like a big war or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. I also heard that Goku would also be wishing back a bunch of people. I don't know, maybe one or two. A lot of people say it could be Gine and Bardock. Some people say it's Raditz. Some people say it could be Broly. They could wish Broly back, and to help out, and that would be really cool. I know he, like you said, you can beat Broly right now, but we don't know what he's been doing in Hell. I mean, he could have been training, and remember, in the movies, they never really defeated Broly legitimately. I mean, okay, he overloaded him with power. He didn't really defeat him. He used his power against him, and he got a Zen-Kai boost from that next movie. And in the next movie, they didn't really defeat him. They just pushed him into the sun.
Mm.
So yeah, you know, I mean, if Broly dodged that, they would have been drained because they would have. That was a big Kamehameha, and Broly would have picked them off one by one, and they wouldn't have had any strength left.
Yeah, but
Dodged.
the Gohan that did a Kamehameha against Broly on the second movie, he was significantly weaker than he was when he was a kid against Cell.
Yeah.
So Super Cell to Gohan, who Kamehameha'd him, would be weaker than Super Saiyan 1 Teen Gohan.
Yeah.
So this Gohan would be weaker than Super Perfect Cell.
Mm-hmm.
And he did damage Broly a little bit. So
why do you get so?
So
he got really weak.
I mean, on his first movie, even though that movie's not canon, that movie would have taken place during the 10 days Cell games gap.
Yeah.
So it will take place before the Cell games. And at that point, Gohan was, significantly weaker. Whether or not it was after or before the hyperbolic time chamber, if it was before, then, Goku would have been very weak. He would be, not that much stronger. So him taking everyone's energy, which they were tired at that point, they were near death, and he just, so they would have probably only had a little bit of energy left anyways, and he just took that little bit. That would have made him a lot stronger, and yet he did, defeat Broly with a punch. But some people do argue that since Broly was stabbed as a child there at that same spot, and Goku hit him there, it's kind of like a weak spot.
Yeah, he overloaded with her, and that defeated him. I don't get it, why that would still be like a weak spot. Wouldn't that heal up? Do you think? I think that would have healed up, especially for Broly.
Yeah, but
because
he didn't really get any real medicine or anything. It was kind of like healed up by itself. Plus, I mean, I'm not too sure. Maybe his organs might be damaged. But anyways, in the first movie, all right, Vegeta was already like an ascended Super Saiyan, right? So, because he had a lot of muscles, and with his strongest attack, he couldn't even scratch Broly, and he was a Super Vegeta, so he was like a Super Saiyan 1.5. So Broly at that point would be very powerful, to not get any damage from that. But if Broly returns now, he would be kind of weak.
yeah.
He might, put up a very good match against base Gotenks at this point, but in the end, Broly would get defeated. He doesn't have a large set of attacks. He doesn't still have his tail for some reason. He doesn't know how to sense energy, and he just throws simple blasts, so he can't really do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Do you think he could have gotten a Zen-Kai when he was defeated the second time? I mean, he got a Zen-Kai when he was defeated first, and then when he went to hell, I mean, he was shot to the sun. That's the worst you can go through. I mean, he was shot through the core, and that's like really hot. So he must have gotten a huge Zen-Kai from that when he went to hell.
On the first movie, when he got defeated, he got a Zen-Kai. At that point, he was the strongest Perfect Cell. And when he came back after the Zen-Kai, he would be stronger than Super Perfect Cell. And now, since he got another Zen-Kai, I would put him at around Good Boo's level. Good Boo. But considering that Good Boo is like 3/4% of Fat Boo, since they split. Good Boo is kind of, not that strong actually. He would probably be around Super Saiyan 2 Goku level at the beginning of the Boo Saga, at the very most. But since, Broly is strong as Good Boo, You know, he can put up a good fight against people.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how. I mean, Broly coming back would be great. Like you said, he would be very weak though, unless Goku trained him for a little while. I mean, I could see him wishing Broly back and like Goku defeating Broly easily, and then he probably explains that there's something big coming, and I don't know, maybe he decides under Goku's glitch. Maybe I don't know, maybe Goku trains Broly. I mean, wouldn't that be cool if Goku trained Broly? You know how strong Broly would become?
Yeah, he'd be very powerful. I mean, he would be at the very least on Kid Buu's level if he trains. And plus, how? I mean, just why and how could Goku revive Gine? He doesn't even know her name is Gine, and he doesn't even know his father. He doesn't even know their names, so how can he revive them? I mean, he never seen them, he never, talked to them, and he doesn't even know their names. So how can he actually revive someone who doesn't even know? Since in the new Dragon Ball Minus, he did see them, but he was, a child, he couldn't remember, and since he hit his head, he forgot everything. So Gine, Bardock, they can't come back. And plus, Toriyama did say about Bardock, this is quote, but unfortunately Bardock has been dead for quite some time, so you probably won't see him in action except in stories of the past. There is a trick of having Shenron bring him back to life, but by this point his battle power isn't high enough, so I think it'd be a bit difficult, quote, So he just said that he won't come back. And since he said he intends to have Vegeta the main character, it might go something like this, Goku, which is the original Super Saiyan God, but this guy is very powerful, defeats Goku, and then I guess Vegeta would have to become a god to defeat him. Since he did, say this would be an original story, funny one, and this theoretical movie would be a continuation of the manga. So I think it would take place after Oob's training, because
Really? After training? That'd be great. So they have Kid Buu with them. Well, the reincarnated Kid Buu, but it's still Kid Buu. Yeah.
Because
So,
Battle of Gods is 5 years after Buu Saga, and it also takes place during half the time gap. So considering this new movie takes place at least 5 years later, then it would take place, after Oob's training, and Pan will be born as well as Bulla. So in short, I mean, Broly has a very slim chance of returning, especially since Toriyama does consider him non-canon, and he says he's not canon, and he didn't make him. So I really don't think. Plus, Broly's movies and his character and his background values do not fit in the manga. So he's not in the manga canon. I mean, his existence wouldn't make sense, since it would kind of violate what happened in the manga.
Yeah, but a good sign. It's like,
Yeah, and it also ruins the entire idea of, the surviving 4 Saiyans, because Vegeta, didn't know about Broly. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please do request Dragon Ball Z videos, and have a nice day.